Hello. Welcome to our presentation for Quick Trip's store located at 675 Kipling Street in Lakewood, Colorado. We are preparing for a Planning Commission meeting on March 19th, 2025. Our project team consists of ownership, which is Quick Trip Corporation, represented by Jessica Glavis and Craig Romrell. Kimley Horn, civil engineer, represented by Shelby Madrid and Jeff Plank. And David Foster, Land Use Counsel with Foster and Graham. A little bit about Quick Trip. Their purpose is to provide opportunities for employees to grow and succeed. They are privately owned and operated by families and employees and were founded in Tulsa, Oklahoma in 1958. Quick Trip strives to be a top-tier convenience store operator, emphasizing cleanliness and customer service with each store that they build. Each location has a full-service kitchen and variety of fresh-to-order food in addition to fuel. Fun fact, Quick Trip has never laid off a single employee in the history of the company and takes pride in their contribution of 5% of its profits to charitable organizations in the local communities every year in which it operates. Quick timeline on where we have been on this project and where we are today. We started the project with pre-planning comments in February of 2023. We had a neighborhood meeting in April of 2023. Making our way to a planning commission meeting in January of 2024, where we were given additional feedback to go back to the drawing board and change some things about the site plan. We continued our application again in July of 2024, and fast forward to now, we are preparing for a planning commission meeting in March of this year. Our site is located at the northwest corner of Kipling Street and West 6th Avenue frontage road, highlighted in red there on the screen. The existing site is a vacant lot. Our proposed site plan will take that vacant lot and turn it into a convenience store with fuel station and a handful of public and private amenities around the space. As you can see on the screen, the building is located centrally to the project with the proposed fuel canopy north of the building. We have located electric vehicle charging stations to the left of the building and a proposed water quality and detention pond to the right of the screen along the public right-of-way to treat and attenuate stormwater that is generated from the subject property. Consistent with Special Use Article 5, the minimum setbacks for the site have been met, setting the building and all structures away from the adjacent right-of-way lines, and a minimum of 20% open space is being provided on site. Continuing on with our special use requirements, Article 6 and 7, appropriate landscaping and screening will be adhered to as we proceed through the process for this development. We have pedestrian and vehicular circulation throughout the site and to the adjacent public right-of-way. There's a plaza space proposed in the northwest corner of the subject property, and lighting will be provided to illuminate the subject property in compliance with the city requirements for lighting. Additionally, the building materials and colors will be consistent and in conformance with Article 6 and 7 for the building design standards on the property. And the canopy materials and colors will match the building, again, in consistency and compliance with Article 7 and 6 for the special use permit.
This property is located within the Commercial Regional Zone District, where fueling stations are a special use in such district. As such, the special use permit criteria are identified in section 17.2.4.2, as well as the supplemental standards under 17.431M. In reviewing these special use criteria, we'll start with A, obviously going through E, although the first element will be identified for simplicity's sake after we review B, C, D, and E. As it relates to section B, as shall be identified, the Article 5 criteria of the zoning ordinance have been met. C, Articles 6 and 7 of the zoning ordinance, as shall be identified, in the site plan have also been met. D, D focuses attention on the comprehensive plan and other adopted city plans. Under this analysis, some focus needs to be paid to the general comprehensive plan. The property is located within the future activity area of the city's land use vision map. As defined in the comprehensive plan, future activity areas are places that need to be created as the city's population and employment base continue to grow. These future activity areas may be either community activity or neighborhood activity in scale. The property is located in the commercial zone district, making it appropriate for a community activity. The property is also specifically located at the US 6 Frontage Road Community Activity Area, which is intended to maintain the area as a viable community scale shopping and office district. A fueling station is a community activity because it is located along Kipling, a major street, and will provide adequate vehicular and pedestrian access. Additionally, it is consistent with Chapter 6 of the Comprehensive Plan under Lakewood Moves. The Comprehensive Plan contains policy guidance for transportation planning within Lakewood Moves, which is Chapter 6 of the plan. The project helps implement several transportation policy goals located in Lakewood Moves, including the development of, quote, multimodal network that efficiently links neighborhoods, employment centers, and activity centers, end quote. Project includes the construction of a new right-hand turn lane into the property. It also includes enhancements to the sidewalk network and the Kipling Street right-of-way, enhancing the pedestrian network, and improves pedestrian safely along Kipling and the Kipling and 6th intersection. Project also includes a proposal to reconstruct the RTD bus stop adjacent to the site, which will support transit ridership and encourage multimodal transportation, a key goal of the comprehensive plan. Also, we are consistent with the City of Lakewood's Sustainability Plan 2015. The city has a sustainability plan in which a primary goal is to, quote, explore opportunities to develop and encourage development of alternative fuel infrastructure, including compressed natural gas and electric charging stations, end quote. The project proposes 17 EV charging stalls. In addition, the project will provide full building electrification to eliminate natural gas usage. Accordingly, the project is consistent with the City of Lakewood Sustainability Plan 2015. E, the proposed special use will not substantially impair the appropriate use or development of adjacent property. In fact, the property will improve the public improvements within Kipling Street right-of-way and will enhance and improve traffic safety in the surrounding area. In fact, the new center median has already been added, restricting illegal left turns on Kipling. Additionally, the proposed development is consistent with appropriate uses for the site, in that no portion of the site lies within a mapped floodplain. All of the on-site underground fuel tanks are double-walled with state-of-the-art leak detection systems. And finally, on-site stormwater treatment is provided via a surface detention pond. Moving back to the supplemental standards, as we identified, the fueling station meets all of the design requirements and all other requirements of the zone district as previously identified. A canopy is provided, as we've already shown. And 3, the fueling station may not be located within 1,000 feet of another fueling station unless the primary fuel type provided at the 2 stations is different and traffic conditions such as raised median prevent clear and simple access to a station on the opposite side of the road. This particular issue has been described in the staff report, and we meet both exceptions in A and B, and therefore Quick Trip's proposed fueling station is permitted at this location, even though it is within 1,000 feet. The primary fuel source at the project is electricity, because there are 17 EV charging stalls proposed and only 16 fuel pumps, whereas the primary fuel type at Circle K is gasoline. And B, previously, there was a debate as to whether there was simple access between the Circle K and this proposed site, because vehicles were making an illegal left turn over a double yellow line to access the Circle K. Illegal traffic movements, such as left turns over a double yellow line, do not constitute clear and simple access. In fact, they are incredibly dangerous movements, evidenced by multiple traffic studies, along with unfortunate accidents that have occurred at this location. The city has already installed a raised median, which will prevent illegal traffic movements from the left side of the street by people trying to access the Circle K, and has reinforced the fact that this is not simple access on the opposite side of the road.
Additionally, where identified as a special use, the fueling station will be subject to the following. Shall be located on a property with frontage on an arterial or collector street, which is the subject property. A pump shall match the architectural style of the convenience store, which you saw earlier in the project renderings. The pump canopy will not exceed 20 feet in height for a parapet roof, which will be the case and detailed later on in the project process. And landscaping or a low screen wall shall be provided along the project property and public streets, which will be the case and will be further detailed as the project progresses. And lastly, no service bay doors are proposed as part of this application. And as noted previously, a canopy is provided shielding the fuel islands in operations from precipitation. We thank you for your time and look forward to Planning Commission meeting in March.